Hi guys, namaste. I'm Kirsty from Down to Earth Yoga. I'm doing the yoga again this week for Trashy Panda. This one is going to be really chilled. If you've not already got your pyjamas on, you might want pyjamas, or if you live in leggings like I do, just have something like comfy on, and you probably will, the temperature will start to drop at your body temperature, so I would recommend getting like a hoodie and keeping socks on as well for your yoga practice. If you got yourself some 80s leg warmers from last week, they'd be good as well, just to extra cozy. And a little sort of hack, because you're like practicing yoga in your own house, if you've got your blanket, you could put it on a radiator so it's nice and warm for your relaxation at the end of the class. So tonight's one, I'm just going to really sort of slow everything down. So a little bit of yin, restorative, some breath work, because at the start of the year everyone had all these like high hopes, thinking obviously that things would go back to normal quicker than they are, and you normally set yourself all these goals, exercise, diet plans, and they normally go out the window and you realise, we're still midway through January and it's normally quite a depressing month, and it's cold and wet, slippy, and you're sort of stuck indoors, you can't see anyone. So this is just some time for you to chill and relax. So I have my props, so not everybody's going to have a yoga bolster. If you don't, you can get like a blanket and you could wrap it up into this sort of shape, or you could just use cushions. So I've got like a selection of cushions behind as well. I normally always have 2 yoga bricks and a yoga block for my practice, but if you don't have them, you don't have money to buy them, cushions and blankets work fine. So just have some things handy that we can use for our practice. And then we're just going to ground to begin. So my hips are a little bit lower than the knees, so like I was saying in the last class, you want to elevate them. So sitting on a blanket, a block, something just to elevate. And then we're just going to allow the knees to relax. If your knees are really tight and high, maybe put a little brick or cushion beside them. And just do a few rolls of the shoulders up to the ears and then down to the earth, rolling round. And we start to close the eyes. Maybe start to have that little hint of a smile on the face like Buddha, knowing that we're here for these few moments just for us to let go, to release. So let the arms be heavy now. And if you are feeling a little bit like the mind's all scatty, the body feels a bit blah, bring the hands to face the earth, and you can bring the thumb and index finger to kiss and have it facing the earth. Or if you want to be a little bit more open, just flip it over, face it at the sky. And if you start to tip forward, I often have a tendency to do that. I like to sort of imagine a lightning bolt running from the top of my head down to the earth, and then a slight tuck of the chin. And then we start to release here. So this is our first asana, our first seat. And with the eyes closed, just start to relax the brow. You bring your eyes to one point of focus. So this is called your drishti in yoga. So I like to gaze towards the third eye space in between the eyebrows, and often little colours, lights or images appear. And then you're going to bring your lips to touch and let the breath come naturally in and out through the nose. You just want to observe and check, how is your breath? Noticing the temperature of the air coming in and out through the nostrils. And And then we're going to start to breathe a little bit deeper. So taking a big inhale, try and fill up the lungs to the full capacity. So these might be the longest, deepest breaths of your day, your week even. So inhale fully, belly expands, the heart starts to open, the rib cage expands. And then on the exhale, draw the navel back towards the spine. So our inhale is Puraka, the exhale Rajaka. We inhale fully, bringing in energy, positivity. And as we exhale, we release and let go of anything that does not serve us. So we're just going to seal our hands now at the heart space into Namaskar Mudra. So the hands push together, fingertips kiss and the thumb, and they stay at the heart space. So as I said at the beginning of class, Namaste. So a greeting, hello, welcome to your class. Welcome to your body as it is today on the mat. Try not to judge. If you cannot get into certain postures, try not to worry about how you look. We're wanting to go by how we feel. And in yoga we practice ahimsa, and this means non-harming ourselves and others. So especially at this time of year and with what's going on in the world, try to be kind to yourself. Give yourself a little bit of self-love. And that may be just giving yourself a few moments on your mat, maybe a bit of meditation, a little bit of breath work. So just allowing that to sit with us. And then we're going to invite our thumbs to the third eye space. And I want you to, this evening, dedicate your practice to someone. So for a second, bringing someone in to mind. Maybe the first person you thought of, or someone you know who's really struggling just now. A friend or family member, someone who's perhaps ill. So we focus on them, picture their face in front of you. Maybe start to imagine their facial expressions, how they sit, the clothing they wear, the smell. And just imagine yourself giving this person a little hug, a little squeeze, a virtual hug. And then as you sit back, just looking at their face, noticing what's changed. Maybe a little smile at the corner of the eyes or the mouth. Maybe a little happy tear. And we're going to keep this person at the back of the mind, send them our energy, our prana, and then we'll reflect on them at the end of the practice. So now you're just going to open up the hands like a book and then reach them up to the sky. Start to bring the gaze up, but you can keep the eyes closed if you wish. It can be nice to avoid the distractions from your own space, your home. And then you're going to take a little twist to the right. So I'll be mirroring you guys as much as I can. It took me a while to pass my driving test because I wasn't very good with left or right. So you're going to twist as much as you can, root down to the earth, grow tall to the sky, squeeze and rotate here. And now remember, you're rotating from that middle section of the spine, still imagining that lightning bolt. And then start to reach for the sky again, energy rises. And then exhale, twist, release, round to the left, bringing the gaze over the shoulder. So squeeze here as much as you can. Give that belly a little massage, a little release. And then inhale, rise all the way to the sky again. Exhale, allow the hands to come to the earth. Just allow the head to be heavy. And then slowly just walk the hands towards the legs. Roll the shoulders back, and we're just going to flip the legs, so whichever one you've got towards the ground, you're just going to change it over. If it feels too uncomfortable to sit for any longer and seated, then just stretch the legs out, or maybe go onto your knees or sit on a prop. So roll the shoulders back. Your left hand, so I'm going to keep with my left hand for this, is chin mudra, so thumb and index finger kiss, the 3 fingers extend. And we're just going to do a little bit of alternative nostril breathing. You can do mudras with the right hand, and if you know them, feel free to do them, but if this is maybe your first time doing a little bit of breath work, then I'm just going to keep it really simple. You're going to use the thumb and index finger, and we're just going to do alternative nostril breathing. If you do have any piercings, just be careful when you're pushing them. Okay, so roll the shoulders back. You're bringing your right hand up, so it's always your right hand, not the left hand. That's why I'm not mirroring for this. You're just going to close the right nostril with the thumb. Roll the shoulders back and just notice how you're feeling. Try and clear the thoughts. So alternative nostril breath. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left with the index finger. Exhale out the right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right again. Close. Exhale left. And then just allow the right hand to come down to the earth. So you might notice that you're a little bit snotty. You might need a tissue. But then we're just going to sit with that and notice if the nostrils feel a little bit clearer. Take a big inhale and exhale. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, letting go, releasing. And then we're just going to push the hands behind us. So just open the chest, allowing the neck to release. And then we're just going to get some movement now because we've been sitting for a little bit. So roll over onto your hands and knees. So again, keep your socks on because we're not going to be doing any like slidey movements. Just removing any props to the side, out the way. We're going to spread our fingers as wide as possible. If you have wrist injuries, slightly rotate the hand. So middle finger towards the front. And then start to bring your knees to the earth, feet flat to the floor. Spiral rotate the arms so that the flat parts face each other. Push the earth away with the hands so you're not dipping at the shoulder blades. And then we're going to start to round through the spine just to get some synovial fluid moving. So the inhale, bring the gaze up. The exhale, rounding chin to chest. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. And then slow it down. So inhale fully. Maybe start to use a warm and ujjayi breath, feeling the vibrations at the back of the throat. And then come to neutral spine. You're now going to tuck your toes underneath, so giving these toes a little bit of a stretch. And we're just going to take it to puppy dog. So you're just going to walk the hands forward, keep the knees and hips in a line and just open here. And then in a second we're going to go to melting heart Anahatasana. So you're going to see if you can get that chest to come down to the earth, the forehead or the throat. So making sure you're comfortable in your chosen position. There will be some slight discomfort, and this is what we're looking for, because this is going to help the bones, the joints and the skin. So breathing into the spaces where you're feeling it most. Taking another couple of breaths. And then just lifting the head, pushing into the hands, bringing the elbows down to the earth, and then bringing the belly down and the thighs. And you want to see if you can get your elbows just a little bit in front of the shoulders and the arms parallel, spreading the fingers, just sort of wagging the tail to release any tension in the glutes. And you're going to roll the shoulders back, try to glue the top of the feet to the earth. And as you come into Sphinx pose, so this is like your first sort of back bend, and you'll feel it in the lower spine, the lumbar spine. So a lot of us will have these little tension points, often caused by the way we sort of sit most of the day. So close your eyes and focus on the spot between the eyebrows. Long, deep belly breaths. We are going to hold this for a little, so if it feels too uncomfortable, just cross the hands one on top of each other and just lie down, stretch it out. Holding and breathing. If you want to go a little higher, you can take it into seal. So you're going to keep the fingers spread and you just push to rise. So your bum will activate the muscles, the glutes. So you want to try and soften them a little. If it feels too intense, just going back down to the first expression. I like to use different sort of visual techniques when I'm breathing. And often when you practice yoga, things will come into mind. Things from your day, things you still need to do, previous sort of chats you were having. And so I just sort of like to imagine like a book, and when something comes up, acknowledge it on a page, and then just imagine that page closing over to a blank page. Every time that happens, just keep flicking the page, getting back to that blank canvas. So just taking 2 more deep breaths. And then slowly slide the hands down. You're going to lift up and you're going to take the knees nice and wide, bring the big toes to kiss, sit back towards the heels. If they can't get there, put a little pillow. And you can either just let the arms be long and heavy, or let them touch the earth, or have them beside. I quite like to make a little pillow so I've got enough space to find the breath, and also so that the bum touches the heels. So find your position. We stay here, relax and restore. Use that warm and ujjayi breath if you can. Taking another 2. And slowly starting to rise your way up. hands to the earth, starting to bring your knees together and roll the shoulders back. So we're going to try and take some of the tension away from the shoulders by coming into some arm little exercises, but we're also going to come into a little toe crusher as well. So it's been really chilly here in Scotland and a lot of us have had our feet crammed into boots, apart from that nutter who I seen wearing flip-flops in the snow. So if you've had your boots on and your feet have all been squeezed up, freezing, then this is just going to help get into the fascia of the feet and get into the toe bones and joints. So first of all, you will feel a lot of discomfort here, and this is good because your yoga teaches you how to deal with things off the mat as well. If there's sharp shooting pain, come out straight away, but I'll show you what you can do to try to sort of bear with it. So you're going to rise up. I'm going to tuck your toes underneath. If you've got a funny little pinky toe like me, this might not touch the ground, so you want to try and peel them out. So this might feel as much as you can take. You're going to see if you can sit up. So there's going to be a lot of tension going to the feet. If it starts to feel too much, you can rise up, maybe take a few breaths, and then maybe go back down again. So you've got all these things that you can do, so you don't have to sit with it. See if how long you can maybe breathe through it, and then release it. So we're going to take little eagle arms. So you're going to open up the arms. You're going to bring the right arm underneath the left. You're going to twist like ropes. You're going to squeeze here. So you might start to crunch. Try to roll the shoulders back. You might close the eyes and focus on a spot. So the eagle is the most majestic bird. It's meant to be the bird that Vishnu rode on. So we're going to start to focus on the sort of eagle eyes, a drishti, so focusing on that internal drishti. Still using belly breath. You'll have these little voices, the chattering, and it may be telling you leave, 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 get off your mat. So you're going to try to breathe through it, but if it's too intense, just rise up for a couple of breaths. See if you can stay. See if you can open up the arms and then left arm underneath the right, twist like ropes. And if you struggle with this, so you might be really tight, so putting one hand over the other. Try and sit with it, breathe through it. So we squeeze the arms, we restrict the flow of blood, and then when we release, we get this big warm whoosh. So all the fresh blood just starting to go into all the muscles, bones, joints, and the skin. Almost there. See if you can hang with it. Take another couple of breaths. And then release the eagle arms, shoot them up to the sky. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Release your toes. You might want to give them a little pat to release. And then just bringing your bum down, you're just going to give them a little bit of a squeeze as well. So just squeezing into the, especially like the toes where you felt it most. You might want to put them back and forward a little. You might want to trace the thumbs, like press them onto the soles of the feet. So like Thai massage, if you've ever had one, we work on the energy lines of the body. So I do massage as well. And so this is just really nice if you've never had your feet massaged. So try and, if you've got anyone with you at home, do it. Or as soon as lockdown's over, get a massage and maybe ask them to spend some extra time on your feet. I don't have a weird foot fetish, but I do enjoy massaging feet. So working into them, giving them a squeeze. No one really gives their feet that much attention. And then we're just going to release the hips a little. So you're going to bring the feet flat to the floor and just a little windscreen wiper. And then we're going to extend the legs out. You're going to remove the flesh. So that maybe that extra Christmas flesh, just move it out of the way. find the sitting bones, and then you're going to take your right leg and you're going to see if you can sort of rock it like a baby. So you're going to try to get the foot into the crease, and you're just going to release it here just a little bit. So you probably feel it on the outside of the thigh, just rocking it. So we're going to take this leg and we're going to take it now to the inside of the thigh. We're going to have to take the heel quite close to the groin. If the knee rises really high, just place a little blanket underneath to help it. And then this leg's normally sort of straight out in front for more of a yang class, an active class, but we're just going to open it out just a little so it's more like a wider one. And this is like a half sort of butterfly. If you want, you can bring it further down the foot as well, if that feels better for you. So we're going to be working a little into the hamstrings, a little into the inner thighs, the adductors. We're going to try to fold over this leg here. So you're going to rotate towards the leg. The inside shoulder will start to creep up, and we want to try to sort of level them. You're going to try to get your head down, so normally it would be head to the shin, but this time we're sort of aiming for the knee because we're going to curl the spine. It seems strange doing that when all the time you're normally trying to straighten, but because we're staying for longer, we're working on the bones and the joints instead. So take a deep breath, a big inhale, and you might want to have the knee bent to get there. Just going to slowly curl, curl, curl. And you're just going to hang out here. So maybe the leg comes down, maybe just let the head hang. So it doesn't have to touch, you're just sort of aiming in that direction. I like the hands to touch the earth. And you can close the eyes. If your neck plays up or you've had any injuries, you can use a prop. So listening to your body, ahimsa, non-harming. Is there anything you can do to make this pose more comfortable? Closing your eyes. And as you do so, maybe just inviting that person back in. Just seeing their face again. The person that you dedicated the practice to. So your yoga is like a meditation when you come in to hold the postures. And you don't have to have images of gods and goddesses. You could just focus on this person, a person in your life. Just taking another couple of breaths here. Seeing maybe if you can go a little bit deeper. Taking your last two. That last one, a big inhale, and then exhale. So slowly, slowly uncurling, vertebrae by vertebrae, till you rise up to the sky, roll the shoulders back. You might hear a little clicks as the body puts itself back in place. And then just start to twist round over that right knee, looking over the shoulder but keeping the gaze low. So it's like a little sort of corkscrew, just unwinding. And then coming back to neutral. And we're just going to use our hands to safely bring this leg up and then release it down straight, or do your little windscreen wiper if you need to. So legs extending out again. Removing the flesh. Finding your sitting bones. Taking that left leg. And then see if you can get the foot to the crease. My hip's tighter this side, so you might not be able to. You can hold wherever possible, just to try to open a little. And And then you're going to see if you can bring the foot to the inside of the thigh or further down if it feels better. Try not to push too much on the joint at the knee. And then you can put something underneath this knee if it's too high up. So then again, open the leg just a little so it's like a half butterfly. And you're going to rotate round towards this leg. You can either bend the knee, you can use any props that you wish. And then take that big inhale breath. And then slowly start to walk your way down. So a nice curl here with the spine. Normally we'd be focusing on the big toe in front in Janu Sirsasana. But this one here is like a half butterfly, more of a yin type posture. You might notice that you can't get as far one side. You're just going to try and sit with it. And if those little thoughts start to creep in about your day, your evening, what's happening next week, just see them on the page and then blow that page over. Start afresh. Maybe you start to get a little bit closer towards that leg. Maybe you back off if there's a sharp pain. So the inhale, belly out. Exhale, navel to the spine. Just taking a couple more now. The last one, a big inhale. Exhale. Slowly, slowly uncurl. Rising up again, ground into the earth, growing tall to the sky. And then just taking that little twist towards that left leg. You might hear little creaks as the body releases. And then coming back to neutral. Just releasing with this leg up carefully, and again maybe a little windscreen wiper to ease off. So we're going to open up the chest. So you're going to get a blanket and just going to roll it up. So this is going to go the back roughly like sort of where a bra strap would be at the back. So obviously not everyone wears a bra, but roughly if you can imagine, I'm sure everybody can imagine where it would be. I was going to demonstrate on Buddha, but yeah. So maybe like this part of Buddha, this bra, is where you'll be putting this bolster. And we're going to lean over it to open the chest, and you're going to have these cactus arms. So when we come down, you're not just going to fly down, you're going to put the hands underneath the knees, you're going to tuck the chin, slowly roll down. So put your blanket roughly where you think's good. And then you're going to open the chest, open the heart. So you can bring your feet to the outside of the mat, and you can bring your knees to kiss, or you can stretch the legs out and tuck the chin slightly and allow the hands to face the sky. So opening the chest as we open the heart. Try and soften the brow. Soften the jaw. Maybe noticing that temperature of the air coming in and out through the nose. So this is, if you know fish posture in a yang class, this can be done instead. So a lot of students don't like fish posture, or they've never been shown or assisted how to get into it. So this can be an alternative by just wrapping a blanket up, opening the chest. You're going to get all the same benefits. You start to use your lungs better. So open hearts, big deep belly breath. So a big inhale, belly rise. Exhale, belly fall. Inhale this big Buddha belly. Exhale, the belly comes down. And if you do have a dog or a cat or a baby, just maybe sit and watch how they breathe. We all start with this breath, this belly breathing, and then little stresses take over, the stress of life, and then we start to go to chest breathing. Just notice the calmness of a baby's breath. Or of your dog when it's lying sleeping on its back. So if it feels good now, you're going to see if you can slide the legs out. If that feels too intense for the lower back, you can bend your knees again, put the feet flat to the floor. So there's another couple here. Two more. And then the last one, a big inhale. Exhale. So you're going to bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor. Just push into your feet and just lift your hips and bum to one side. Drop your knees down, bring that top arm. Just roll over carefully, pushing that top hand to the earth, slowly, slowly rising, and then just giving yourself a little curl in, like a little counter pose, a little hug to release, to let it go. So we're going to have a nice restorative pose. I want you to sort of make, I always like to call it like a little bed. If you don't have the bolster, you can use little stacks of pillows again. Because I just had a baby, I just got so used to sort of making quite a high bolster, so it's sort of like a slang, and it's actually one of my favourite ones. So you're going to bring maybe a pillow or a couple of blocks, and then you're going to bring your bolster like this, so it's like a little slant. You can have it flat to the floor, you don't need any props at all, you can just put your spine, but I find this really therapeutic. So we're going to do a little bit of meditation. So you're going to bring your back as close to the prop that you've got. You're going to have like a diamond shape with the legs. If the knees feel they need extra support, a little pillow or blanket underneath. And then we're going to start to tuck the chin, and you're going to walk the spine back so it's supported by your bolster. You're going to roll the shoulders back, so it's this other heart opening pose. And then we're going to take our chin mudra, so thumb and index finger kiss, the three fingers extend. You could put an eye pillow on if you've got one. So you might notice now that the body temperature is starting to drop. You might want to put an extra layer on or a blanket over the top of you. And see if you can just sit here. So working a little into the hamstrings with this diamond shape with the legs. If you were to bring the feet closer to the inside of the groin, it's going to work a little more on the inner thighs. You're not going to worry too much about your shape, it's more about how it feels. It should be quite therapeutic. A little bit of a throat opener to release any blocked sort of tension here. Often if we have like a little cough or sore throat, it can be a sign of a blocked throat chakra, and this could result in, you know, if you've been wanting to say something to someone and you can't. So just allowing your yoga practice to try to open, to heal. And again with your heart, trying to open it. It might feel like closing just now, especially as we approach Blue Monday. Use these postures to open. So we did dedicate our practice at the start to someone, and as we open our hearts, I'd like you to, with your eyes closed, bring in an image of yourself. This could be a younger self, yourself as you are now, or maybe how you see yourself in the future. And just start to see if you can look yourself in the eye. And this can be hard. And like you did with the other person, just start to notice the way you are, your body language. How are your shoulders? How is the spine? Do you look happy? Is there any worries on the brow? Is there a big smile across the face? Are the arms stretched open? So see in yourself. We're going to try and keep looking at ourselves. And then we're going to send ourselves a little bit of loving kindness, a little bit of metta. Just looking into your eyes, just telling yourself, I am loved. I am happy. I am safe. Just repeating it back. I am loved. I am happy. I am safe. And then just visualize yourself giving this self-image of yourself a little hug, a squeeze. Or embracing yourself, maybe feeling your hands on your back, maybe the warmth of your cheeks as your heads touch. And then with the foreheads kissing, gazing into each other's eyes. I am loved, I am happy, I am safe. And then just stepping away, seeing yourself starting to slowly disperse. Maybe noticing now that the shoulders are backing down. Maybe emitting a warmth. Maybe you notice the smile at the face, the lips, the eyes. Positive glow from this love, this self-love, loving kindness, metta. And just allow that image to pass. And just come back to your third eye space and notice a colour, a light or an image. Just have a little hint of a smile across your face now. Noticing that love for yourself. And then just releasing the chin mudra fingers, giving the fingers and thumbs a little wiggle. And then just lifting the arms up, just giving the wrists a little bit of rotation. Reaching the arms up to the sky, just exhale, stretch them back. reach them up to the sky, draw them down to the thighs. Safely try to bring your knees up and then walk your feet closer to the props you've got. A little windscreen wiper to release. And then slowly, slowly just start to roll either up or to one side, coming off the bolster. Just take a comfortable seated position, just rolling shoulders back and down. Just moving any tension away from the neck. So we're going to take one more spinal twist, and then I'm going to guide you into Shavasana, and then I will bring you back out of Shavasana today. So removing any props that you do not require. And then we're just going to take a spinal twist. We're going to come into half Lord of the Fishes. So this pose might not be for everyone, so I'll do first posture, second posture, third posture, and you can make it more advanced if you wish. So you're going to again extend the legs out, find these sitting bones. So it's always good to have a little twist to equalise the spine, refresh. So we're going to use your right leg, you're going to bring it up again. So you could just sit with it here and then twist this way. If you can, you might want to try to bring the foot over the thigh of that left leg. If that feels good, you can stay there. If you want to try, you can bring the left hand to the earth, sweep the leg round, and then see if you can sit. If you can't sit comfortably, you go back to the last expression. So you're going to lengthen, you're going to look up, so lengthen from the top of the head, keep this lightning bolt effect, and then you're just going to twist round. So different people have different mudras with their hands or binds. Just make it simple, just twisting, just squeezing out any tension. Keep squeezing as much as possible. Detoxifying the body and the mind. And then you're just going to slowly come back to centre. You're going to take the right elbow, place it into the inside of the right knee, place your left hand to the earth, just come off the hip a little counter twist again to realign. Back to centre, release this right leg carefully, the left one, you might want that windscreen wiper. So extending out the right leg, left leg as close to the body as possible. So again, this could be your twist position. If you want to try getting into your half Lord of the Fishes, bringing this foot beside the leg, lean to the side to help to sweep this one through, and then see if you can sit upright. If you can't sit upright, the sitting bones start to lift, go back again. So lengthen, tuck the chin, and then start to come round to the left. Bringing the gaze over the shoulder, any mudras you like, or just connect to the earth, any binds. Soften the face. Bring the lips to touch, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Just enjoying. And then coming back to centre, starting to bring the left elbow inside of the left knee. Lifting and looking away, and then just coming back to centre. So you're going to come into Shavasana, relaxation pose. So once you get down, I will start the guided meditation to come into it, and then as I said, I'll get you to come out. Bolsters are really handy. You can use your pillows though, so you don't feel you have to buy these props to do yoga. So I'll come into a Shavasana space, and if you did put your blanket on the radiator and it's nice and cosy, I would recommend grabbing that now, because you will be down for a couple of moments. And like we did before, tucking the chin, slowly, slowly, slowly rolling down. You can have your feet as wide as the mat. The knees can be supported and the arms are about 8 to 10 inches from the body. You can make sure, do a little wiggle, release any glasses or any hair ties. Just do a little scan yourself to make sure that you're happy here. So relaxing the big toe and the toes next to it. Start to relax the sole of the foot and the front of the foot. Relax the ankles, relax the shins and calves. Let your knees be soft. Relax your thighs, let them be heavy. Relax your hips, soften the buttocks. Relax the lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulder blades back and down. Relax the belly, relax the chest. Relax the arms, the elbows, the wrists. Relax the hands, the thumbs, the fingers, the front of the hand, the palm of the hand. The neck is long, the chin tucks. Just start to soften the jaw, bringing the lips to touch. Letting the tongue find the soft spot of the roof of the mouth. Letting the eyes drop back heavy. Let any last thoughts or worries dissolve from the brow. And let the facial muscles melt to the earth. So the body is grounded. And you just rest here in Shavasana. And then I will guide you out. Close in here. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Starting to come back to your body on your mat. If you do wish to stay as you are, do so. Otherwise, just starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles, and moving the head safely side to side. And just reaching the arms to the sky, stretching them back behind you, making the body nice and long. Taking a big inhale. Exhale, just giving yourself a little hug, squeeze, noticing which arm's on top. And then reaching up to the sky, giving yourself a second little hug, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So we've already hugged ourselves during class. Recommended to give yourself these little bits of love, little hugs. So feet flat to the floor, moving the knees slightly. Try and keep the eyes closed. Roll over to right side normally, but if you've got low blood pressure or pregnant, the left side. And then with the top hand, slowly, slowly pushing yourself up. You're going to come back to a seated pose, but trying to keep the eyes closed. Maybe keeping the blankets draped over you. And just take a few rolls of the shoulders. And bringing the hands onto the knees. Thumb and index finger connect, the other 3 fingers extend. So you're going to end with an Om. So Om is the sound, the vibration of the universe. It just connects us together. Normally in class, like some people feel a little bit embarrassed to do this. You're in your own home, give it loudly. So inhale in. Om. placing our hands at our heart centre, being grateful for our bodies, all the work they have allowed us to just do and allowing us to get through each day. And then bringing our thumbs to our lips, being grateful for our breath and learning to speak kind words as we go about each day, learning to be kind. And then bringing the thumbs to the third eye, being grateful for our minds, trying to think kind thoughts, thinking before we speak. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? And then we're going to start to bring in that person that we dedicated our practice to. Sending them this energy, the prana that we have just created as we practiced this evening. See their face, give them that virtual hug. Taking a big inhale and then just exhale, let go of anything that does not serve you. And then just bowing down to the heart space as we draw our hands to our heart. And just closing, sealing our practice at our heart space. And then slowly just allowing the eyes to flicker open or having a hazy gaze. Thank you guys for practicing with me tonight. If you do wish to do any further classes during the week, I do classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening at 6 p.m. on Zoom, and I do a Hair of the Downward Dog class on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So if you are having a little drink on a Friday, feel free to wake up and restore on a Saturday morning. And then you have this class every Sunday. If you do have any questions, feel free to get in touch with Katie or Adrian or myself direct through Instagram. Katie will have the links. If you do need anything, get in touch. Any issues with mental health, get in touch with Katie direct. Yoga's a great way to help the mind, help the body. My classes during the week, they are chargeable of £7, but if you are furloughed or you don't have a job just now, you're struggling, please get in touch because yoga should be for everyone, and I'll see if I can help you guys. So thank you so much. I hopefully one day see some people in a yoga studio again. Thank you, thank you, thank you.